Good morning. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a podcast brought to you by Joy's House. We are thrilled that you're here. Caregiver Crossing is a podcast created just for you, the caregiver. And I am Tina McIntosh.
I'm her friend, Terry Lynn Stacy, and we are really happy you're here with us every week. If you're just joining us for the first time, we do this every week. We've got experts from across the country to provide you comfort and resources and joy to all of you that are caregivers. And this podcast serves to really embrace family caregivers of today and also future caregivers of tomorrow. So we are so happy you're here. Tina, let's jump right in. Let's do it.
Well, we are talking today with our good friend, Stevi Kersh. And Stevie's one of those people, let me tell you professionally, she just recently left her position as the executive director at the Indianapolis City Market. And we'll talk about why here. She's one of those people that just lights up a room. She just makes you happy and she makes you feel real and grounded. And she's beautiful to boot. So Stevi left her job that was important to our city to do something that's even more important, and that's to care for her 102-year-old mom, Wilma Jean.
Wilma Jean.
I said Wilma Jean.
Yeah, she not only did we want to use this opportunity to kind of check in with our friend and to find out how things are going, but we also wanted to talk to her about her experience as, I guess, kind of a new caregiver. Some of what she is experiencing, I'm sure, is going to be relatable and helpful to some of you as well. Stevi, welcome. We're glad to talk to you today. Really happy you're here.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
How's Wilma Jean doing? Tell us.
She's napping right now. It's her mid-morning nap time, but she's actually doing well. So she suffered a stroke about a year ago. And thankfully, cognitively, she's still fantastic. It's amazing. I don't know where anything is in her house, which is where we're living right now. And I'll say, Mom, hey, where's this? And she'll say, go in the laundry room, second shelf, third cabinet over. She knows exactly where she hasn't been here in almost a year. So her memory is good. Cognitively, she's good. She still tells a dirty limerick like nobody's business. But unfortunately, the stroke affected the right side of her body. And so she's not ambulatory. She needs a lot of care and transitions. And of course, just, bathing, toileting, all of the things. But we are having a great time together. We are laughing more than we are crying. And we just are having this opportunity to reconnect, to listen to books. We read a lot together, to just really talk.
Mm-hmm. Stevi, when she first had the stroke, let's go back there for just a second, because you're living your life. You're in Indianapolis, you're doing what you do every day, and she's getting older. That's reality at this point. She was 101 or 102 when she had the stroke. Mm-hmm. What was that like, those few days following the stroke?
I'll be very honest. I could see a decline, and it really scared her. I think she had a stroke and she didn't know what was happening. She actually spent the night on the floor. She's living by herself. She's been living by herself for many years, and push mowing 2 acres at 101 years old. And
really, who doesn't push mow?
Amazing.
Sure.
101 years old.
102.
Yeah.
So it scared her. She crawled herself to bed and then made a call the next morning to a friend of hers who said, we're going to get you to the hospital immediately. And lo and behold, learned then that she had a stroke. And she told her neighbors for years, if you see me face down in my garden, just leave me for that's where I want to. I want to pass at home. I want to be at home. So this was devastating, not only to her, but, her family. And I kind of, through my mind, thought, I wanted to let her go, and I wanted her to let go, because I knew looking forward what her life could potentially be like, and it wasn't one that she would embrace. Yeah. So I wanted whatever she wanted at the time. But then we got, we did the therapy, we did physical, occupational, speech therapy, and she really kind of powered through some of those. And so it hasn't really, the right side hasn't come back, but she's certainly learned tips and tricks to help just aid in everyday kind of stuff.
I want to go, you just said something I think a lot of people need to hear, and we don't talk about very often, and that's the letting go part. And so, with caregiving, there's a lot of letting go when your loved one is alive. And I think that's a conversation to be had. I also love what you just said. And I appreciate you being raw, because people need to hear that. Sometimes it's okay just to let your loved one go and to tell them, it's okay for you to let go. We're going to be okay. We love you. And whatever your faith is, hope to see you again one day. But I just appreciate that you were there, that you knew if you needed to let her go, you would.
Yeah. And like I said, we could kind of look down and potentially, see what kind of life she might have. And it wasn't one that she was going to embrace. That said, I will say that her appetite has always been strong. I always thought if she's going to just kind of peace out on us, she's just going to stop eating, right? Because cognitively, she's still good. She still has use of the left side of her body. But I thought but her appetite is robust. And I am in that kitchen all day long cooking for this woman, and we have the best time. So she's still hanging in there. She thinks that as long as there is air in her lungs, she's here for a reason.
Are you the only child?
So technically, you guys, she's my grandmother.
She's your grandmother, okay.
She raised me, so I don't, when people correct me, like, no, she's your grandma, I'm like, no, oh yeah, she is. Like, I forget that she actually
That's
is.
cool. That's cool.
So she has, her biological son is my uncle. She had another son, Steve, who was my biological dad. He passed away about a month before I was born. So she and my grandfather got custody of me and raised me from about 3 years old. She was 53 when she got custody of me as a 2.5, 3-year-old. So she'd already raised her kids. So she was in for it all over again. And when I think about that, when I think about what she gave up in the prime of her life to raise another child, I just think, how could I not do this for her? There's no option here. Like, I have to be here for her. Yeah. And like I said, we've had an amazing time reconnecting and laughing, and it's been incredible.
I asked the question because oftentimes there's a lot of siblings, there's a lot of family members, and everybody, wants to get involved, and it becomes almost frustrating for everybody that wants to be in charge and take hold of. But you're there with her and you're caring for her. Your life, your life must be filled with so many new things, new challenges, and to make that decision to leave a job that was an awesome job for you, but to leave that, there must be so many emotions. How do you feel right now? Are you tired? Are you taking good care of yourself?
I am sharing responsibilities, to be fair, with my aunt. So we do 5 days on, 5 days off. So okay. I'm here really for about 5.5 days. And then I head back to Indianapolis for 4.5 to regenerate, decompress, get my head straight back in the game to be able to come back down. And I will tell you, honestly, as much as I look forward to heading back to my quote unquote, life in Indy, I cry every time I leave here. So, and it's just because we've had such a good time, and it's so emotionally uplifting for me to reconnect with her. I'm going to start crying now. But I do. Now, I love it when I get home back to Indy, and but that last day that I'm there, I'm getting my head back in the game to come back down. Yeah. But my aunt has certainly been an amazing pinch hitter. We kind of share this responsibility together. So it's been great.
Tina,
I don't want to throw you under the bus, so I'll crawl there with you. But that first time you were there, you called me after you left. And I don't know if you remember the first thing you said to me, but you said, Tina, it's Stevi, and this is really hard.
Yeah, it's the hardest work I've ever done. It's physically challenging. It's emotionally challenging. It's mentally challenging. I honestly thought, the first time I came down to care for her, I packed a bunch of books like I was going to have extra time. Like, there's no time. It is nonstop all the time.
That is so adorable, though, isn't it? Like,
I'll catch up on some light reading. Like, no, there's no time. It's like I've never had a child, but I have to equate it to, I now kind of understand. Once breakfast is done, by the time we get her dressed, which is kind of like dressing an octopus, and showered and everything and teeth brushed, it's time for lunch. So I'm in the kitchen making lunch. And then by the time we do that, it's time for dinner. So it's just, and laundry and picking up sticks in her 2-acre, yard. And it's a lot. And it's just been, I'm glad that it's been nonstop. I haven't had time to really get too emotional, and I get to spend all this amazing time with her.
Well, and that's the other point I want to make, is that in that phone call, you went from, this is the hardest thing ever, and we talked about that for a little bit, and then you just went like, ooh, to, it's the most beautiful thing. I've ever done. And then you talked about that. And so I appreciate you taking us on this journey with you. And, Wilma Jean has my heart, and I have never even met the woman.
Yeah.
But I hope we're all, blessed to follow you even further, and you'll join us again, because your honesty is really going to help other people along the way. So I know we have to close. Terry, I'll let you close this out here in a minute, but best advice for caregivers. You have anything that sticks out that you're like, well, this is the one thing, and it's not going to be your legacy as a caregiver, but just for today.
I think for me, being all in with it and respecting, it's not a role reversal. I'm not all of a sudden her parent. She's very much still the parent, and I'm still listening to her, and she still very much bosses me around a lot. But even that said, I am just listen. They're telling you what they need all the time, and just be all in and be present.
Stevi Kersh, thank you. Thank you so much. I know that this will not be the last time you'll join us here on Caregiver Crossing. We do want to continue following you as long as you'll let us. Thank you very, very much. On behalf of Tina McIntosh and all of us here at Caregiver Crossing, we're here every week for you, and we look forward to your next visit with us. Everybody stay well, and thanks for listening.